If you're anything like me, back when you were younger, you were drawn to games that gave you the most enjoyment for your money. In other words, you wanted to spend your 50 or 60 bucks, or these days 70, on something that would last you hours and hours. Now that I have less free time, I'm more interested in getting the most out of the little time that I actually have to play video games. On that note, here's a list of 5 games that will help you get the most out of your limited gaming time. Number 5, Splitgate. In case you haven't heard, Splitgate combines the fast-paced PvP combat of Halo with the reality-bending portals from the Portal franchise. That idea alone should have you interested if you're a fan of shooters at all, and the game lives up to the lofty standards set by both of those megaton franchises. There are a ton of fun weapons, a bunch of great maps, and a playlist that you can customize that automatically cycles you through the game mode staples from Halo. SWAT, Team Shoddy Snipers, Oddball, King of the Hill, it's all here. It's even fully crossplay, so if you have friends playing on a different console than you, that doesn't have to stop you from gaming together. Even better, it's totally free to play, with the paid options being cosmetic only. But what makes it so great to play when you don't have a lot of time? For starters, unlike when it first came to consoles, the matchmaking and loading is very quick. So if you only have a few minutes, you won't have to waste a ton of it on loading and connecting screens. More than that, it's the way that matches don't last too long, and you don't have to invest a ton of time to unlock new weapons or powers. Other than the optional cosmetics, just like in Halo, everyone is on equal footing no matter how much time they've put in the game. Also, as tight as the gunplay is, the controls are pretty simple, so there isn't a ton of advanced mechanics you'll have to spend time learning. If you've played Halo, and who hasn't, you know what you're getting with this one. I don't think there's a shooter out there that makes it as easy to jump into a game as Splitgate, at least until the new Halo drops later this year. Number 4, Hades. You've probably heard about Hades. It's great and virtually everyone loves it. Roguelikes in general are pretty great if you don't have a ton of time, just by nature of their quick run style of gameplay, and Hades is one of the best and most accessible roguelikes ever released. It's a treat to get acquainted with each of the different Greek gods as you accumulate powers, and all of the artwork is truly a sight to behold. And while Hades is definitely difficult, it isn't as punishing as some other roguelikes out there. You will die.
Probably a lot.
But each death will result in you getting a little bit stronger. Even the failed runs help you progress toward your ultimate goal of escaping from Hades. This means that even setbacks are not a waste of your time, something that helps tremendously when you're trying to get the most out of your time to game. Still, I bet you won't be able to just play 1 or 2 runs at a time.
I told you nobody gets out of here.
Number 3, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I know some people prefer the open-ended exploration of Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, or more recently Mario Odyssey. Don't worry, it's okay that those people are wrong.
I still love them.
Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of the mainline Mario games. They literally all offer the tightest controls, innovative and colorful levels, and tons of fun power-ups. But Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 give you the best ratio of sheer enjoyment per minute played.
How is that,
you might ask? The level structure makes Mario Galaxy much better suited than its more open counterparts for quick spurts of gaming, but it also doesn't discourage you from stringing together multiple levels in a row when you're in the mood for a longer session. Each of the levels are also different enough that it will feel like you're discovering something new each time. There isn't a lot of retreading at any point during any of the Mario Galaxy levels. Also, make sure you play with the music turned up, since Mario Galaxy has arguably the greatest soundtrack ever recorded for a video game. Number 2, Rocket League. Rocket League may be the single greatest example of a game that's easy to pick up but hard to master. The controls couldn't be simpler and the concept is wild but also so obvious. It's literally what if soccer,
but cars.
It's absolutely brilliant and it's a lot of fun to play. Specifically though, this is another game where all the unlocks are cosmetic, meaning that from the second you download the game, your car is just as capable as anybody else's, no matter how long they've been playing. Like Splitgate, it's also totally free to play and completely cross-play, so there are virtually no barriers to entry. Matches are also around 5 minutes, so you can get in and out very quickly if necessary. Also, the game's online matchmaking is better than most, meaning you're more likely to be matched up against players of a similar skill level when you're starting out, which should help minimize some of your typical growing pains of trying to learn a new competitive game. Be careful though, because it's extremely easy to fall into the trap of just one more game. Number 1, Minecraft. Minecraft, the best-selling game of all time. It had to be you, didn't it? Honestly, there are a ton of open-world survival games that are great when you don't have a ton of time due to their open-endedness, but Minecraft is the big daddy of the genre. What makes it so perfect for this list is that if you have hours to play, awesome. You could build a whole new base, including decorating it and customizing it so that it's the perfect mansion or castle or secret lair or whatever. However, if you only have 10 minutes to play, that's great too. Go farm some resources or mine or cook some meals or just explore a little. You never know what what you might find. Even more, if you know that you consistently won't have a lot of time to play, most of the base building stuff is completely optional, so you could shave off a ton of playtime simply by keeping your gaming sessions focused on getting to the Ender Dragon instead of doing a ton of building and farming. However, the building is there for you if you want it, and I don't think there's too many players who haven't spent way too much time building elaborate monuments and works of art in their Minecraft world. It might be considered cheating by some, but having the option to jump into creative mode at any time is a really nice feature to have at your fingertips if you need it. Even though the game can be beaten in just a few short hours, most players will find themselves getting lost in their Minecraft world and spending much more time than that. After all, there's always one more thing you could find, or one more cool thing you could build. Honorable mention, Astro's Playroom. Astro's Playroom absolutely would have made my list of 5 based on how much enjoyment you can get out of the 1 or 2 hours it would take to complete it. It has some of the tightest platforming ever seen in a game that doesn't feature a plumber, and each area has a different gameplay mechanic. It's so densely packed with great ideas that you're likely to get to the end credits before your face even gets tired from all the smiling you'll be doing. And all of that is doubly true if you have any love at all for the PlayStation brand. The entire game is a love letter to all things PlayStation, but even if you don't care at all about Sony's gaming brand, Astro's Playroom is such a great game that it is still absolutely one of the best examples of big gaming experiences in a bite-sized package. So why isn't it officially on the list? Being the game that comes preloaded on every PS5 is both a blessing and a curse. A blessing in that it's free if you were getting a PS5 anyway, but a curse in that getting your hands on a PS5 remains tough, to say the least. It didn't seem fair to include a game that's nearly impossible to get. So there you have it, 5 of the best games to play when you don't have a lot of time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also be sure to check out my reviews for Craftopia and The Artful Escape, both of which are great games to play when you don't have a ton of time. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell button so you can get notifications anytime I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching.